Salut prieteni, episodul cu numărul 12 din seria Gothic 2 Night of the Raven în limba română. În episodul trecut ne-am apucat puțin doar de câteva misiuni ale mercenarilor. În episodul ăsta sper să le termin pe toate. Sper acum, nu știu dacă o să se și întâmple. Ia să vedem ce avem noi aici. Cypher. Ăsta era în taverna aia în tabăra nouă, dacă mai țineți voi minte.
How are things?
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony, remember?
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package of swamp weed with me from the mining colony. Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then. I've earned a small fortune on the side. But some bastard stole all the weed from my chest. I'm pretty sure it was that
pachetul la care l-am găsit în
He
Corinis.
bunks in the same room as me, and he always
Nu
grits
l-a
me like
furat
such an
Bodo,
idiot.
l-a furat altcineva, imediat. Imediat o să vorbim și de... O să vedem
What are
cine
you
l-a
going to
furat.
do about the thief then?
One of these days, I'll catch him puffing away on my weed. And then, I'll find a quiet spot and teach him a lesson he won't forget. If I knock him down here in the middle of the yard, the other farmers will notice, and I'll pay an arm and a leg.
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. That's the way Onar wants it. And the more witnesses there are, the more of a fuss there is. That makes things more expensive. So I'll pull the thing off nice and inconspicuously.
Eu dă grav așa. Vreau să vă alătur
I want to join
mercenarilor.
Lee's people.
Lee's people? If Lee keeps on this way, they soon won't be his anymore.
Why?
Lee has always been a quiet one. It was that way in the colony, too. But lately, he's overdoing it. He just wants to sit here and wait until the paladins drop dead from starvation. Silvio thinks we should clean up a bit on the small farms and outside the city. I think that would make for an excellent change. At the moment, most of us are just twiddling our thumbs here. Do you want to join up anyway?
I want to become one of you no matter what.
You already know that we take a vote on every new recruit.
What are you hinting at?
Well, I haven't had anything to smoke in a long time. Bring me a few swamp weed reefers and you got my vote. You can surely scare some up someplace.
Așa, nu-i dau pachetul acum, că vreau să mai fac o misiune asta legată de țigări, să mai am niște experiență plus. Și tipul ăsta i-a furat.
What are you
I-a furat
smoking there?
pachetul de
Want a
țigări.
toke?
Dă-mi.
Sure.
Not bad, huh?
Where did you get the stuff?
Și cum a vorbit acum, mi s-a părut că iată, era fumat al nostru.
I have my sources.
Asta e spart rău de tot.
I want to join the mercenaries. Do you mind?
Who cares?
Da, clar, e în gură.
Cypher told me that someone stole a package of swamp weed from him. Would you know anything about that?
No.
Da,
Where's the package?
What do I know?
zi-mă unde e.
I'll knock it out of you.
Relax, I'm way too stoned to fight with you. Here, first take a big toke.
Yeah,
Have you ever tried shroom tobacco?
Sounds interesting. Give it here. All right, here we go.
Ia. Sparge asta.
Have you ever smoked that stuff yourself?
Well,
Ia, mai trage una. Bă, da, mult mai frumos era.
Have you or haven't you?
I've been sort of busy.
Oh, shit.
Ia.
Holy robar! That stuff is way too harsh. Don't even try it.
La rup ăsta. Hai să-l părâm acum că e curat pachetul. Ăsta are o armă de orc? Da, uite, ăsta are o armă de orc în spate, Cypher.
Hey, you! I know who took your weed.
Who? Was it that Bodo?
No, one of the mercenaries did it. Dar.
That bastard. Where is he?
Finding him won't help you. He doesn't have the package anymore. He sold it in Corinus.
Where is he?
Behind the kitchen building on the corner.
I'll flatten him.
Și acum să sperăm că Cypher o să-l bată pe Dar. Altfel ne-a dat dracu, dar din moment ce a pus arma asta de orc, ia uite, i-a dat o bucată la leșinat. De mă ăla. Bă, nu mă face de râs. Ia uitați-vă-l bate ăsta. Hai mă, mai dai una. Ăla e. Hai să furăm tot ce are cu el.
Thanks for the gold, you hero. I think I'd better take this weapon.
Ai luat o armă.
Wait a minute.
Ia
About the
țigările.
swamp weed. Here's a few stalks for you.
Oh,
we'll
you
see
are
the
my
next
man.
time.
You've got my vote.
Și pe lângă asta,
You really gave Dar what for? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, that felt good.
Not to him, I suppose.
The little beggar has no business going through my chest.
ia-ți și pachetul.
Would this package of swamp weed happen to be yours?
Well, I'll be... Where'd you get that?
It's a long story.
Doesn't matter. Really, you're a decent guy. Here, take this as a reward. Have fun with it. First,
I-a dat și
let me
200 de
roll a
aur.
few.
Ia.
Blabbermouth, you told Cypher I took his weed. Like hell will I vote for you.
De trecu. Hai să fur ce mai e pe aici. Deci un troscot de supajiște. Așa, și ce mai e? Săculeț de piele. Așa, și două... o tabliță de piatră veche. Asta e bună. Că dăm mai târziu vatras. Pentru poțiuni mai șmechere. Și experiență. Dar dacă tot am făcut nivel, hai să pun în dexteritate. Să echipez noul arc. Jumătate din joc o să-l parcur cu sabia, pentru că altfel n-am cum. Și cealaltă jumătate cu arcul. Că așa e mai frumos.
Hey, you!
I agree with you completely.
I want to improve my abilities.
Cât am acum? 29.
You hardly know who to believe these
Și mai
days.
am
If he doesn't see that, I can't help it.
Enough trouble as it is. I used to say that myself.
am 3 puncte de învățare.
That's all just
Good.
gossip. That's not
Now
what I
you can
heard.
use your...
Și hai să echipez arcul celălalt. 35.
Know that. Nobody will learn anything from me.
Și hai să vedem cine mai e aici.
That's not what I heard. Nothing amazes me anymore.
Ia chiar sunt curios dacă vorbesc cu Volcu acum, dacă mă caftește. Episodul 12. Ia să vedem, mi-o dă. Mă,
Hey, you!
nu. Schimb să vorbesc cu Jarvis.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible. I was in the colony too.
Right. What do you want?
Ăsta era gardian în cap în tabăra nouă, dacă mă țineți minte.
How's the situation?
Right now, we've got real trouble. Two factions are building up amongst us mercenaries. Silvio and his people doubt that Lee is following the right plan.
How come there are two factions?
Most of us came out of the colony with Lee back then, but some of the mercenaries hooked up with us later. They didn't come from the colony, but were farther south fighting the Yorks. Somehow they got wind that Lee needed people. Their leader was Silvio. He agreed that Lee was in charge, but now he's trying to stir up the mercenaries against him and his plan. A lot of Lee's people don't think that it's a big problem, but I know guys like Silvio. He'll go to extremes to realize his ideas.
Și vreau să devin și
I
un
want to
mercenar.
become a mercenary.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Where's the problem?
Well, I either have to vote for you or against you. And in the situation we're in, I'll only vote for you if I can be sure that you're on Lee's side.
Și ce trebuie să fac?
So what should I do?
Simple. Beat up a few of Silvio's boys. That way both sides will know exactly where you stand. And if you stick to the rules for a duel, you'll even win the respect of the others.
Câți trebuie să
How
bat?
many of Silvio's people should I defeat?
If you knock 3 of them to the ground, then you've proven which side you're on. Whom you choose is your business. Just one little hint. This isn't about proving your courage. Don't go up against Silvio himself. He'll make mincemeat out of you.
Așa, deci... Hai să-mi umplu viața. Și să încerc să fac... Deci l-am bătut odată pe Rod. Și pe tipul ăla de afară cu mindcrawlerii mai a rămas decât Raul. Este mai periculos un pic. Am zis că are un stil de luptă mai bun. Și mie să nu-mi rupă căpățâna.
Can't go on like this forever. You don't have to tell me that.
Hey, what do you want?
You have to step in and sort things out.
I want to have a look around the farm.
Don't go into the building on the left. Silvio's in there. He's not in a good mood right now. If he sees a weakling who doesn't belong on the farm, he might get the idea of venting his bad mood on him.
That's no secret.
Who is Silvio?
Our next leader, if you ask me. If you plan on asking him if you can join us, forget it. You look like you're barely good for herding sheep.
That for me. No idea. You tell me.
I want to join up with Lee.
Lee won't have much to say around here if he keeps on this way.
What do you mean?
He wants us all to sit around here and twiddle our thumbs. Intimidate a few farmers now and then, and that's it. Silvio always says offense is the best defense, and damn right he is.
It was just like you said.
Hai să-ți rup căpățâna.
Methinks I'm gonna punch you in the face.
What?
That's exactly what you need right now.
I've been too nice to you so far, haven't I?
Hai să salvez aici. Și să vedem ce tâmpenii fac.
You have to step in and sort things out.
Știi să mă atace de 2 ori.
All over again.
Ăla e.
My God!
Go ahead, hit back. Let him have it. Yeah, let him have it. Defend yourself.
Ăsta îmi dă o
Let
bucată și
him
mă
have
spart.
it. Show him. Let him
Vezi cât de mi-a
have
dat?
it. Ouch! That hurt.
Parry then!
Ouch! That hurt.
Ăla e, i-am rupt căpățâna. Bun, și cu astea am bătut 3 mercenari. Hai să-i spunem lui nebunul ăsta.
How many of Silvio's men are still on my list? Rod looks a little worse for the wear. Fester tried to take me for a ride. That was his mistake. I went to see Raoul.
And?
He was badly in need of a proper licking.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm impressed. If Lee asks me, I can vote for you without hesitation.
Perfect, cine a mai rămas? Hai totuși să vorbim cu Lee. Ar mai fi decât una singură, cred.
Hey, where you think
Cum
you're
ce
going?
faci?
To the house, of course.
Onar pays us not to let guys like you in here.
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you want from him?
Nu o să mă alături, hai.
He and I go way back.
You're a pal of Lee's? I don't believe a word. But go on in. If he doesn't recognize you, you'll know it. Lee's in the right wing. Don't even think about wandering around anywhere else.
Da, mă, da. Sunt curios dacă am ce să fur din cufărul ăsta. Când să salvez. Până dacă îmi prinde cineva. Stânga, dreapta, dreapta, stânga, stânga. Nu, cine știe ce. Aici îl găsim și pe Lee.
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What brings you here? You aren't here without a reason.
I absolutely must talk to the paladins in town. Can you help me get to them?
What's your business with the paladins?
That's a long story.
I've got time.
Zardoz sent me on a mission. He wants me to obtain a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos.
So you're still allied to that necromancer. I see. And the paladins have this amulet?
As far as I know, yes.
I can help you get to the paladins, but first you need to become one of us.
How can you help me get to the paladins?
Trust me, I've got a plan. I think you're the right man for it. I'll take you to the paladins, and you'll do me a favor. But first, join us.
Gata, șeful, s-a înțeles. Chiar Gorn ce-a pus.
Gorn told you about me? What happened to him?
You remember him, don't you?
Dacă tocmai ți-am zis numele.
Sure.
He got caught by the paladins and was sent back to the Valley of Mines with a penal convoy. If the road to the Valley of Mines wasn't plastered with paladins and orcs, I'd have sent a couple of the boys already to free him. But the way things are, there's no point. Poor devil.
I want to join you.
I'd hope you say that. I can use every able man here. The last mercenaries I accepted have done nothing but stir up trouble. In principle, you can start right away. Well, first there's one or two things we need to get straight, but it's no
Tremurul
big
ăsta din
deal.
stânga de acolo în spatele meu. Hâc, hâc.
What do I have to get straight before I can join you?
Onar, the landowner, is the one who employs us. You can only stay on the farm with his approval. And then there's the boys. I can only accept you if a majority of the mercenaries agree that you join us. But don't go to Onar before everything is straightened out. He's a very impatient fellow.
How can I convince the mercenaries to vote me in?
By doing what is expected of you as a mercenary, I should say. Talk to Torloff. He's usually outside in front of the house. He'll put you to the test. If you can pass that, you should have earned a large part of the necessary respect. He'll tell you everything else you need to know.
Dar despre inelul de
What
apă
do
ce
you
știi?
know about the Ring of Water?
I might have known. You just have to mingle in everything, don't you?
Come on, tell me.
I'm only marginally involved in this. I know that this secret guild exists here and that the water mages are behind it. Since the fall of the barrier, I am no longer bound to the agreement I came to with the water mages back then. Of course, I still help when I can, but most of the time, I have my own problems and barely any time for other things. If you want to know more about it, you should probably talk to Cord. He's one of them, as far as I know.
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see to it that we all get off this island. Onar hired us to defend his farm, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But our reward is more than just our pay. By helping the farmers, we cut the city off from its provisions. And the less the paladins have to eat, the sooner they'll listen when I finally make them an offer of peace.
What is your offer going to look like?
Essentially, it will be about our pardons and free passage to the mainland. You'll learn more when the time comes.
Perfect. Hai să vorbim cu Torloff. Să vedem ce zice.
That's all just gossip.
As much. The things I could tell you.
I never knew that. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
got my own opinion.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Oh, and why do you think I should be in favor of you being accepted here?
You can do about it.
Testează-mi
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
He said you would help me.
Off myself.
Fine, so here we go. There are two things you have to do before you can join us. First, you have to prove that you're capable of mastering the tasks that you will have to fulfill as a mercenary.
He insisted
I'll
he
put you
was
to the
just
test. And second, you have to earn the respect of the other mercenaries.
Do you really believe that?
I'm not
Well, how can I earn the respect of the other mercenaries?
For most of them,
Bad business.
it'll be enough if you fulfill your task and pass my test. But you'll have to find some other way of convincing some of them.
Do you really believe
Some will try and exploit your situation, and others may not like your mug.
got him in the end.
moaca.
You should try to get along with as many of the boys as possible. But if nothing else helps, then you can always take part in a duel. If you win, you'll earn the respect of most of them. But watch out that you don't kill one of them by accident, because then you'll have a big problem.
Same old
Da, boss, am înțeles.
I never knew.
What are the rules for a duel?
Quite simple. Both opponents have to have the opportunity to draw their weapons before the first blow. You can't just go and belt one of the men without warning. There has to be some sort of spoken challenge, an insult, or another reason to fight. None of the other men will interfere in a fight like that, unless one of the two gets killed in the duel.
It's a bad business.
What are my duties as a mercenary?
Onar hired us for two reasons. He wants us to keep the militia off his back, and he wants us to keep things in order on his farms.
No one.
That includes collecting the rent when the small farmers won't pay. So, what'll it be?
I don't believe this is gonna
Hai
change.
că am grijă de
I'll deal
miliție.
with the militia, don't worry.
The farmer Bengar has complained that lately the militia from the city has been getting on his nerves. They're pressuring the farmer, probably trying to make him break with Onar.
That's all.
I want you to go to his farm and make it clear to the militia that they have no business there. Questions?
How can I find Bengar's farm?
In the southwest of the valley is a big stairway that leads to a high plain. That's where Bengar's farm is. If you get lost, ask the farmers in the fields how to find your way around the area.
Where did you pick that up then?
Mhm.
I've got no time for things like that.
That's not what I heard.
Hai să...
Nobody ever asked for my opinion. No idea. You tell me.
vorbim cu Cord, că el ne va ajuta.
If you have a problem with wolves or field raiders, go talk to one of the younger mercenaries. You can come to me when the paladins show up here.
What?
Whenever one of you peasants comes to me, it's always about slaughtering innocent beasts.
I'm not a peasant.
Oh? What is it you want then?
I want to become a mercenary.
You look more like someone who'd been born to work in the field, boy. Can you wield a weapon then? So, how about one-handed weapons?
I'm not so bad at that.
And two-handed weapons then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
Well, at least you're not a damn beginner. All right, I'm gonna vote you in. Whatever else you need to know, you can learn from me.
I've heard that you belong to the Ring of Water.
What rat has not been able to keep his big trap shut?
Lee told me about it.
Looks like I've got a deal with you now, doesn't it? All right, so what do you need? And be damn careful about what you tell me. For if I don't like what I hear, I just might skin you alive.
You can help me to get accepted by the mercenaries.
I can just see it now. Right, I'll try. What else?
That's all.
That shouldn't be too hard. And woe betide you if I hear that you can't keep your trap
Durerea
shut.
te va învălui.
And I'm only saying this once, understand?
Calmi ortiț.
Help me become a mercenary.
Let me think. You've got to get past Torloff if you want to make any progress here. Have you already seen Torloff about it?
Yes, that's with the test and everything.
What test would that be?
I'm supposed to drive the militia away from Bengar's farm.
Ah, yes. That's easy. Listen, come back tomorrow. I'll have taken care of it by then. But you're going to have to do something for me in return.
And what would that be?
Not far from here, to the southeast, there's a small bandit camp in the mountains. If you go southeast from here, you'll soon see the tower there. One of my people, Patrick, left several days ago to do business with those varmints. Well, I told him it was a rotten idea. But that idiot wouldn't listen to me. I assume they've made short work of him. But I don't know for sure. You're gonna find out for me.
Ok.
And what makes you so sure that they won't make short work of me, too?
The fact that I know the name of their leader. It's Dexter. You'll simply claim that you know the guy. His men will think twice before they wring your neck just for the heck of it. It could still get dangerous, of course. But you can handle that.
Hai să mergem la Dexter. Cu ocazia asta îl și omorâm. Și luăm scrisoarea cu care putem termina misiunea lui Vatras. Să explicăm lui care e faza cu ăștia care au dispărut. Hai să băgăm un puțin de viață, că sunt sigur că o să fie o problemă mare pe aici. Așa, cred că o să folosesc ploaia de foc să-i caftez pe toți odată așa. Dar întâi trebuie să vorbesc cu Dexter și mie să nu apară și viermișorul ăsta. De fapt, cred că îi bat pe toți. O dată deodată, nu mai stau la discuții cu ei.
Halt! You can't go through here.
I want to talk to your leader.
Oh, I see. You want to talk to my boss. Well, then of course I'll let you through. But only if you know his name. Because if you don't, I'll be obliged to kill you. Well?
Dexter.
Dexter.
Well, I guess you know the boss. Okay, I'll let you through. But I'm warning you, you get too close to anybody, you won't get out of here alive. So take a deep breath and leave your weapons where they are. You'll find Dexter in the house.
Aici o tabliță de piatră. Aici sunt fraieri ăștia. Înainte să intrăm în spate aici, mai găsim o tabliță de piatră. De fapt, pe drumul ăsta. Să căutăm astea, că avem nevoie de ele. Chiar de apă. Ca să devenim mult mai puternici. O da mult mai de mers. E pe aici pe undeva. Sau am uitat eu. Cred că e înăuntru înseamnă. Dar nu mă trebuia să fie afară aici pe jos. Nu, cred că e înăuntru înseamnă. Într-un scop ăsta de paște totuși. Da, e înăuntru. Că cam așa pe ea. Stai, nu-i problemă. Să vedem ce vrăji mai am eu pe aici, care aș putea să-i bat pe ăștia. Interesant. Pentru asta n-am destulă mană. Sunt curios dacă îi trântesc direct așa. Dacă o să am probleme. Dar sper să nu.
Cut out this magic crap already.
Hai să salvez. Și să vedem dacă o comitem sau nu.
Are you asking for a licking?
So much for you, lowlife.
Nu zi, nu faci. Frumos așa.
Nothing to plunder.
Where is that swine?
Who? The captain? He's right here.
Then get out of my way.
Rupe căpățânarul lui Dexter. Ne culegem tot ce-i pe ăștia. Măcar poate să ne alegem.
Nothing there.
Acum experiența mai mult am luat eu, că am dat Fire Rain-ul ăsta peste ei.
Now, where did he go?
He was here.
Well, go and find him then.
Să fie sus aici, fraierul? Aici. Nu sunt. Cred că e aici.
You should never have come here.
Da, mi-a rupt căpățâna asta, a căzut așa de frumos.
Looks like he's dead.
None too soon either. Go check out what he's got on him.
Ia să vedem. Nu era așa nedemn de încredere cât timp am fost baron al minereului. Dacă nu poți să pui mai mulți cetățeni din oraș și să mi trimiți, atunci vom avea cât de curând probleme cu băieții ascunzătoare. Am nevoie de mai mulți sclavi aici sau băieții vor începe o revoltă. Și nu trebuie să-ți mai spun ce se va întâmpla, nu? Aproape am reușit să intru în templu. Nu-mi permit să am astfel de probleme. Și încă ceva. Cât de curând va trebui să găsim un drum prin munți din nordul Corinisului. Pirații nu se vor mai ocupa de transport dacă nu-i ajutăm.
Dexter carried nothing but this letter.
Show me that thing. Oh, damn it, that doesn't help me at all. We shouldn't have just let him croak like that. You wouldn't happen to know how to cross those mountains in the northeast of Corinis?
Maybe through an underground tunnel? The water mages are currently studying a portal which leads to the mountains in the northeast.
What's this nonsense? Bah, water mages. Can't you come up with something better?
No.
So I'm stranded here. Dexter was my last hope.
What did you want from Dexter?
I've come from beyond the mountains in the northeast of this island, and I want to go back. I had hoped that the bastard would know how to get there without a ship.
Deci ai venit?
I saw a pirate named Skip near the port.
That moron. I waited there for 3 days, so why is he coming so late? Once I get my strength back, I'll give him what for.
What is there beyond those mountains?
You had better not try to go there. Those are rough lands. A wimp like you wouldn't last long.
Sunt curios dacă i-am făcut ăsta misiunea cu Patrick. Dacă nu, o să trebuiască să dau load, întâi să vorbesc cu el. După care să...
Nothing there.
Aici găsim ceva. Un cufăr. Stânga, dreapta, dreapta, stânga, dreapta, stânga, stânga, dreapta, stânga, dreapta, stânga, dreapta, stânga, dreapta, 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 stânga. Aha, mă, deci pentru ce am plăcurit eu 13 racle. Dacă tot sunt aici, hai să fac niște carne. Zău și nu-mi face decât câte una? Sau mi le face pe toate? Cine că are răbdare este să fac așa ceva? Mai sunt câțiva bandiți. Hai, rip me to pieces, bitch. Hai să vă dau să cântați. Ăștia-s de aia puternici. No fucking way. Sper dacă pot să-i bat cu arca. Da. Ooleu. Nu vin încoace. Scoate Marco. Ia uite cât dăm pe lângă. O să fie mai greu un pic. Pentru că nu are mai multă viață, să dai și mai multă experiență. Deci el 200 ia. 400, mamă! Aproape cât un troll, mai vreau. Mai vreau de ăștia. Bine mă băieți, mă. Ce norocos am fost la faza asta. Hai să ne întoarcem la fermă. Să vedem dacă i-am rezolvat asta misiunea cu Patrick. Sper să o fi rezolvat-o, că nu am să mă să fac și misiunea cu milițienii. Pentru că tot experiența e doar că mă plimb. Oricum important este că am reușit să iau, să-l omor pe Dexter, să iau scrisoarea și cu asta o să pot să devin, să mă alătur inelului de apă. Foarte frumos chiar. Ia cod, ia-zi. Oh, da.
I went to see Dexter.
And?
Dexter is dead. There was no trace up there of your buddy Patrick.
I don't get it. He seemed to have vanished off the face of the earth. Well, you've kept your side of the bargain.
What about Torlov's test now?
Don't worry, you can go back to Torlov. Your task is fulfilled and you've passed the test. I told you I would take care of it.
Mersi. Am puncte de învățare, n-am până fac level. Să trebuiască să mai merg la vânătoare. Nu prea am dexteritate. Da, mă, uite unde pleci.
Wait a minute.
He doesn't even know how to hold a sword. Listen to the wrong people.
How's my reputation among the mercenaries?
Let's see. Wolf says he has nothing against you joining.
Really true.
Jarvis thinks you're on the right side. Cord thinks you'd be good enough to join. Cypher says that for him it was crystal clear that you'd get to join. Something seems to have made him really happy.
A adus pachetul,
You seem to
logic.
have convinced Rod that you're strong enough. Sentenza will vote for you. He says you were a very reasonable man. I don't need to say anything about Silvio and Bolko. Those two morons are against everyone. Buster says you're okay. And Dar says you're a blabbermouth. The rest of the mercenaries haven't said anything. You convinced most of them by passing the test. Even if Cord had a little hand in it. You have my vote in any case. And you won some fair duels. A lot of mercenaries respect that. Most of the mercenaries are for you. As far as we're concerned, you can start with us at any time. Go to Lee. He'll explain everything else to you.
Mersi. Hai să mergem la Lee.
I've got no time for things like that.
Ne facem mercenari și cam asta ar fi episodul. Cred că a făcut o oră. O să dureze o grămadă. Asta e sus aici. O să dureze o grămadă să fac... să-i fac render. Hai, Liule, unde ești, man? De aici ești.
Got my own opinion about that.
I'm ready to join you.
Then you've passed Tarlov's test?
Yes.
That's good. What did the other mercenaries say?
Most of them are on my side.
Good. Then go see Onar now. I've already talked with him, but you'll have to negotiate your pay yourself.
Bun. Hai să vorbesc cu Onar. Ne întoarcem la Lee. Îmi iau armura. Și după aia totul o să devină mult mai ușor. O să devină mai ușor în clipa în care o să-mi iau... Asta încă e jos, nu cred așa ceva. O să devină mult mai ușor în clipa în care o să-mi iau... Asta, cum se zice, armura de...
Who let you in here? What are you doing here on my farm?
La inelul apei.
Thanks to Bulko, you now have a few sheep less.
And what are you talking about? Who is Bolko?
One of the mercenaries.
How would that interest me? If he's been after my sheep, he'll have to answer to Lee. So why are you bugging me with such trivial details?
Bă, al dracu ești. Lee m-a trimis.
Lee sent me. I want to work here as a mercenary.
He's already talked to me. He's the one responsible for you, so suit yourself. But no fooling around here. Leave the farmers and the maids alone, and Above all, don't nab anything, capiche? For everything else, talk to Lee. All we need to discuss now is your pay.
Ia să vedem.
So how about my pay?
Well, let's see. Let me think. 50 gold pieces. What do you say?
Sună bine.
Sounds all right.
I think so too. Now go see Lee.
Gata, am plecat. Pesculi și termin repede.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Will it ever change?
Onar now has a few sheep less thanks to Bulko.
Oh, leave me alone with that shit. I've had enough trouble as it is.
You mustn't believe everything.
I'm ready to join you.
Have you seen Onar?
He agrees.
Welcome aboard. Here, take some decent armor first. I'm glad to have you with us. I already have your first assignment. It has to do with the Paladins. It's time you went to see them. You wanted to go there anyway.
And how can I get to the Paladins now?
Very simple. You'll take our peace offering to them. I know Lord Hagen, the commander of the Paladins, from my time in the Royal Army. I know how he thinks. He doesn't have enough men. He'll accept the offer. At least he'll listen to you. I've written a letter, here. In any case, that should get you admitted to see the leader of the Paladins.
Mersi. Da, prieteni, și cu asta...
Welcome to the mercenaries, kid.
Listen to the wrong thing.
Thanks.
As soon as I have something for you to do, I'll let you know.
Mersi. Pa.
He never would have thought of that.
Mai rămâne decât să trag un pui de somn. Așa. Nivelul 10 destul de decent. Mai facem noi până plecăm în Jarkendar. Lumea din Adon. Facem cel puțin 12, cred. Poate chiar 13. Acum mai rămâne decât să mai plimbăm un pic pe hartă, să omor tot ce mai e de omorât, mai fac niște side quest-uri și după aia mă apuc de misiunea cu fragmentele dispărute. Dar până atunci mai avem de mâncat. Eu vă salut și vorbim în episodul următor. La revedere!